Chineke. I'm expecting you to be more. Kind of follow me talk. I'm expecting you to be more.
No. So you know how in Lagos nobody stops for you to come down.
Exactly.
They will only match brake for you and maybe slow down for you to jump down while the vehicle is moving.
What
so
if you fall and roll?
You know, some people they this snatching of a phone of a thing, they got to see it or experience it firsthand in university.
Yeah.
It's a great thing for Lagos. I met my friend one time in
Jesus.
Lagos from this thing now.
Jesus.
You'll see touts, right? You'll see touts passing your compound with cutlass because they do all these street fight and all that. Owerri is very calm. Nothing like that happens here. In Lagos, even with your money, you still suffer.
Have you ever noticed how you behave differently when you're in somewhere peaceful, or how your tone changes when you're in a noisy or a crowded place? What if this is not actually the real you, but just a reflection of your environment? Hi, I am Akira Chuka, and with me here today is Mrs. Chikodi Marianne Madu. She is a professional skincare formulator and a hairstylist. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's really nice having you here today.
Thank you.
Okay, so from your bio, I've come to understand that you've lived in two different cities. That's Lagos and Owerri.
Yeah.
How has that shaped you? How has that shaped your personality, who you are?
I would say first I lived in Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Lagos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was actually schooling that brought me to Owerri.
Because we wanted to enter the university.
Yes.
Okay.
So I would say Lagos shaped me more. So whatever you see, Chikodi, whatever you see me being today, trust me, 80% of it came from the environment I lived first. That's Lagos.
Okay.
And I think it has made me sort of like different from the crowd in a way because
Alright.
I mean, not everybody can behave like me.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it like me.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying I'm the best, but I mean, there's something that makes it unique when I'm there. Right?
There's this general conception of those that have lived in Lagos.
Okay.
They tend to be a bit like rowdy and, aggressive and
it's not like
front. I don't know how to put
rowdy.
it. Yeah.
We'll call it the no grief for anybody spirit.
Exactly. Like I think it's called Ajepaku. People that are very
Anyways, they're actually Ajabota in Lagos, so but
okay.
I mean, once you're from Lagos, there's this hustling spirit in you that just it just burns. You understand? You do not settle for less. It's very hard to see, to see people that grew up in Lagos and maybe you see them not doing something good with their life. It's very hard. And I mean, when I came to Owerri newly, I didn't understand the town because I mean, in Lagos, as early as
people
5
already
a.m.
out. Yeah.
Shops are open.
Wow.
You can buy food at 5 a.m.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, you can buy food at 5 a.m. You can, do stuff as early as 5 a.m. You can get public transport as early as 5 a.m.
Not here though.
Not here. Do you get? So in a way, I had to like adapt to it because I mean, you're in Owerri and you have plans for a day.
Yeah.
Your plan starts from 9 a.m.
Exactly.
Because I think the earliest shop that would open by 9.
9, sometimes even 9:30 or even 10 a.m.
Do you get? So that's not how it works. By 9 a.m. in Lagos, right? A lot of people have already started making a lot of money. Do you get? Like they've started sending their workers to the bank to go and deposit the money they've made from like 5 a.m. to that 9 a.m. You understand? So that's how it is. So the hunger to always
work,
hustle. Not just work, make money. That's the word. Make money is there, and it came from me being in Lagos like for a long time.
So you think like Owerri gives this atmosphere of just relax? It makes you feel comfortable in your situation.
Yes, it does.
Wow.
I agree because after living in Owerri for a certain period, right? When I went back to Lagos and I visited Lagos, after university, I was thinking of going back to Lagos, like to go back there and continue my life there. But I mean, when I went to Lagos, the
Couldn't keep up
hustling
with
and
it.
bustling
Yeah.
was almost like it was new to me. It's not like I've not seen it like that, but it was like it was new to me. And because I had gotten used to the, the relaxation that comes with living in
Yeah.
where you relax.
I swear.
That's the truth. You relax, you chill. It's not like you chill and don't make money. You get, yes, you also find ways to survive in the town.
Yeah, but it's not
while
as demanding
chilling,
as.
but not in Lagos. In
Yeah.
Lagos, even with your money, you still suffer. Yeah,
That's strong. That's
you
strong.
park your Rolls Royce in the traffic for
Wow.
2 hours, 3 hours. You park it there. It's not like you're not rich, but I mean, what can you do? That's how it is over there. You understand?
It's crazy.
Even me that don't have money, I might get home before you. I'll check, but you cannot carry your car on your head. You understand?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, so
That's how
a
it is.
popular person on X tweeted something. So let me read that out for us. So he said, let me call his name, Reno Omokri.
Okay.
So he said, sadly, some poor neighborhoods condition you to be conducive to poverty in your mentality. I don't want to troll Owerri, but I would say yes. I would say yes to this statement. He went further to say, if you grow up in a place where the only thing you have ever seen people do with money is spend, you can never escape poverty. When I was in school, yeah, there was something I always used to tell my brother then. I said, it's like there's an invisible straw that is stationed I schooled in Futo.
Okay.
So there's an invisible straw that is stationed there. I don't know, specifically in Eziobodo.
Okay.
The thing just comes. So even if you have any money at all, it just be sucking in whatever that is left of you. And there's this like silent pressure to spend. Even the little money that you so much have, there's this pressure to just spend it because a lot of things that catches the eye around that place. So you just want to spend, and even the environment makes you spend. When you see different students, doing this, doing that, going here, going, and the place is actually very bustling.
Okay.
So there's this drive that you just want. So even with little money you're trying, you can't even save. It's not possible to even save in that kind of environment because the pressure is just there.
Okay.
I think it was like killing a lot of people's finances, killing a lot of people's, like say, there's some kind of environment that will kill your aspiration. You can't even dream further than a certain point.
Okay.
You're basically limited. So it's like I'm actually seconding what Reno is even saying.
Reno is not actually wrong.
Okay.
That statement is very, very correct. If I'm to, rearrange what he said, he literally just said that the environment has a huge role to play in your finance,
exactly.
or has a huge role to play in how you live your life, and that's true. Now, let's take it back to when I was in Lagos, right? I didn't grow up in the fanciest environment in Lagos. You understand? I grew up in an environment where all you know is hustle. You get all you know is hustle. So even as young as I was then, I'm talking secondary school, I was already hustling. Yeah. So, like I said,
what kind of hustle though?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm into hairstyling.
You've already started making hair in secondary school?
Yes.
Wow.
I've been making hair since I was like, let's not exaggerate, 7 years old. Yes. So, you know how they say some persons have gifts?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's my gift because I didn't learn hairstyling.
You just started doing it.
I just started doing it. So as early as 7, I was already braiding hairs. So what I meant by I was already hustling as, as a teenager then in secondary school is, now picture me in my JSS 1, JSS 2, JSS 3. I make hair for children. You get, how you go to schools. I don't know if now how they're doing now. You know how you go to schools and every week you have new hairstyles to make, right?
Yeah.
So I was that go-to person. That's, every child in my environment wanted to make their hair with now. Because I made it cheaper for them.
That's another thing.
Yeah, so let's say, and I always do it good too. So let's say the regular hairstylist will charge you, let's just say like 300 naira to make your hair. I'll collect 200 and I'll make it very nice. So as early as that, I was already making.
Do you do the same thing now, though?
To braid? I don't braid now.
I mean, the aspect of going down in your price. Do you do the same thing now?
No. Like I said, no. See, I've worked to put myself where I am right now.
Yeah.
Right? So you do not expect me to market myself cheap or market my craft cheap to you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm bringing to the table.
It's
not like I'm giving you. Yeah, it's not like I'm giving you less quality.
Yeah.
Right. So of course I won't charge you cheaper. I'll charge you what the job is worth. Do you understand? So
interesting.
Yeah, but then I was doing it because I was just a child.
You were just starting up, and you
wanted to be I wasn't paying for shop.
Like
I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Even during Christmas, like parents would bring their children to my house, then we'll bring out mats, because apart from me making hair, I was very. I won't say I was. Okay, yes, I was. I don't know if now, because I've not really found myself around so many kids, very recently. But I was very nurturing. You get, people bring their children to me, keep them. Even when I tell them, wait, when I'm done with this person, I'll call you to bring your child. I say, no, make she just stay here. You understand? You understand? Because, we grew up in Ajegunle, right? So, make she just stay here. The kids, they liked me so much. A lot, because I always have snacks for them. I always have, all those things that they like.
It's very easy to
get all those things.
To like someone.
All those things that they like. You understand?
Yeah.
So I put some of them on my bed. I put some of them on the mat.
Yeah.
Just be playing with the others. So once I finish one person's hair, if one is sleeping, I go and wake them, bring them, play to their hair, Christmas hair, and I make money from that kind of thing. You understand? And it was helping me, because, living in Ajegunle.
Yeah. I've not actually been to Lagos, so I can't really relate.
Okay, just think of the ghetto. That is what Ajegunle is. It's the ghetto. I think that's like the most popular ghetto when you talk about Lagos. When you talk about Lagos, the first ghetto you think of is Ajegunle. So
there's no developed houses there, or like
no, they are, but it's rugged. Yeah, it's very rugged.
Is there any place in the world I can use to describe that kind of place?
Owerri is very tush, trust me. When it comes to Owerri is very, I'm telling you.
Are you being real?
Owerri is tush. When I say it's raz over there, I mean we cannot be having these conversations and you will not be hearing noises like, do you know what Allah Akbar is? You'd have heard Allah. What's the time? You hear it by 2. You hear it by 4. You hear it as early. See, 5 a.m. What wakes you up in the morning is Allah Akbar.
I think I heard that more in Abuja when I was in Abuja. I heard that more there.
So you hear it and you're up for the day.
That's like your alarm clock.
Do you understand? Yeah. So, and aside that, okay, let's just say that's a general thing. Of course, where you have mocks, you definitely hear stuff like that. But you hear downfall drivers.
Ding, ding, ding.
Their bosses. Stuff, yeah. There was one time I called, my husband now, then we're still dating. One time I went to Lagos, I called him on the phone, and it was so noisy where, he was not asking, baby, are you on the road? I said, my compound, though. Do you understand? Like, because he did not understand why he was hearing buses and all that noise.
Exactly.
You understand? I told him, Mama, I did my house. He said, it's too noisy. I said, don't worry, I just had to check. There is no way you can hide and answer call. I
don't think you can do client work in that
kind of. No, you can't. Do you understand? So it's not something you can. It's not a place where you go to and feel relaxed. And it's somewhere that you always have. Why I said it's rugged, you have to always be at alert. Even as young as I was then, right? You cannot be careless.
Will people come on is it like a pickpocket, or you say you have to always be at alert?
Pickpocket is child's play. Pickpocket is child's play. Okay, my compound in Lagos, right? My compound leads to another compound. You get? So, very recently,
it's like there's a gate connecting
there
it.
There is no gate.
There is no relate.
He can relate because he stays in my environment, right? Savior passes my compound to go to his compound. My compound leads to another street.
Are you serious?
In my compound, I can lose you. one compound, but I can lose you.
Jesus.
You will just lost in that compound. So you have to be at alert. And because it's like that, there are no gates, you understand, no fence, nothing. It's just open, right? People walk in and walk out. You'll see touts, right? You'll see touts passing your compound with cutlass after, because they do all these street fight and all that. Owerri is very calm. Nothing like that happens here. I'm talking about secondary school students in Lagos, Gaskia, Kadoso. I can never forget those schools. Every Friday they used to have, they call it school fights. You understand? Gaskia versus Kadoso. These students go to school with weapons. They go to school with weapons, knife, cutlass.
What is the government doing about this?
And when you reach Lagos, you ask them.
Don't people like die from this or injure?
No, they do. They do. So I attended a private school then. So Fridays, once they start the fights, we don't come out. You understand? You know how you close school Fridays by 2 p.m. We don't go home. We wait till they are done. We watch the fight from upstairs.
Oh, you even watch it?
Yes, no. You watch it from upstairs, and then you also like guard yourself so the knife will not touch you, bottle will not touch you, because they are using weapons. Do you understand? So
did you learn how to fight too? Did you learn some skills?
I can defend myself anyway, my sister. I tell you. You know, like jigger. Sometimes people see me and they be like, Chikodi, you're very, very calm, you're very you
just have to adapt to the environment.
Do you understand? Like, okay, coming to Owerri, right? Okay, I lived with my cousin, my sister, Chizoba, in university. That was my 200 level. Do you know that if we're talking, Chizoba would be like, she'll tap me, she'll say, Chikodi, it's me you're talking to, I'm here. Your voice is too loud. Like, she actually trained me to
talk calmly.
Do you get talk calmly? Because over there we're used to shout. If you don't shout, nobody will hear you.
Jesus.
Do you get? If you don't raise your voice, the next person, this one, what did they talk? Do you understand? So it just has to be like that. You understand? That thing, Reynolds, your environment to shaping you to become who you want to be, or you don't. So it now takes intentional training. You understand? Telling yourself that, oh, I don't think I like this version of me. I think I can be better. I think I can sound better. I think I can do better.
Yeah.
I think that's what I told myself, and I was like, no, I'm not going back to Lagos. Do you understand? Because I became softer. I became softer. So living in Lagos is not.
When you got to the university though, when you got the admission and then you started school, you're from Imo State, yes?
Yeah, sure.
When you got to the university and then you saw how things. Have you ever been to the University of Lagos though? Have you ever gone there? So compared to that place, and you schooled in IMSU, yes? Mm-hmm. Compared to Lagos State University and Imo State University, what would you say is like a big difference, like in terms of the way they do things here, how students behave here compared to how they behave over there? Is there any distinct thing you can say, okay, this is actually the difference?
I would say over here in the East, things are different.
Yeah.
In the sense that we tend to act like we're saints. Yes, saints in the sense that you dress in what you like.
Okay.
You want to enter university, you want to enter the school gate, and they're sending you back home as an adult to go back. Shorts are not allowed.
Okay.
Sleeveless dresses are not allowed. I think as at the time I was in university, I don't know about now.
I think now they're wearing uniforms.
No, they still wear uniforms. Like, they were wearing uniforms then. But I mean, for the departments that don't wear uniforms.
I think when I went there, I went to the IMSU some weeks ago. I was so surprised. I actually thought that they were secondary school students. I looked around me, everybody was in uniform. Only just one or two people, you can count them that are not wearing uniforms.
There's some departments that,
From what I heard, I said all departments are not wearing uniforms. Really? From what I heard. And I actually thought they were secondary school students. I wanted to, what? Come on, will you go back to Oh, I didn't know that they were university students.
Oh, okay.
They remain stuck, so they know where.
So that's actually like the difference I can actually point. Yeah. One of the difference I can point out, because here you cannot wear sleeveless dresses to.
Yeah.
You cannot dress. You cannot. Okay, or it takes out the fashion sense in you.
Okay.
Do you understand? Or let me say, University of that's IMSU takes out the fashion sense in you. So imagine you're somebody that has lived in Lagos and you have this very beautiful sense of fashion,
Yeah.
and you plan to dress fashionable to school and all that. It won't work here.
Don't you think it's because of the general conception about IMSU students wearing skimpy clothes that reveal their body and all of that, and the school found it as something to work on? Don't you think that could be a problem? Why the reason why they adopted that school uniform thing?
I honestly don't know, because I've never seen any IMSU students dress, in skimpy dresses. Because where will you pass? Security is mounted at the front gate. That's the front gate,
Yeah.
the main gates, and at the back gate. So where will you pass? I just don't know how. I don't know how, how it works. I feel like I said, I feel like over here in the East, it's different when it comes to dressing up. You understand? You have to double check yourself before you step out of your house, even down to churches.
Yeah, I think churches are actually understandable though.
They're understandable, but some of them overdo it, right? Now, where there are some churches you go to. I've actually gone to Catholic, because I'm a Catholic, right?
Okay.
I've gone to a Catholic church where I was sent back because I was properly dressed. Because trust me, I'm not all about fashion when it comes to going to church. I always dress very decent. My dresses are always long. I always wear bobo gowns. And I was very, very well covered that day. And I had a braid on.
Yeah.
A very long braid that was long to my waist, right? So I had to put it in a pony and then use the scarf
to cover it.
Because the braid is long, the scarf can only cover you like this.
Yeah.
Right? Tie it, and then the ponytail comes out from the middle, right?
Yeah.
And I was sent back home. That I should the woman said she was a church warden.
Is it a Catholic church?
Yeah. She told me to come outside. I was inside church. Told me to come out, that I should repack my hair. I now put the pony in a bun.
Yeah.
You understand? Packed it down. She was like, no. That is this my scarf not going to cover everything?
I don't understand,
no, it's
man.
too big. You understand?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, that if I should come, let her use her wrapper to tie my to tie my hair.
Can you imagine?
Or I go home. I told her, no, I'm not going home. Instead, I will sit outside. After mass, I'll leave. You understand? She said, no. She not started making a scene out of it, and people came out, and I was like, they were even asking her, what is wrong with her dressing? This person is very, very covered. What I was wearing was buttoned up to this point. It was a shirt dress, a long gown, but it was, it had buttons.
And most churches, they don't even cover their hair.
Do you get? And I was like, what? So that day I got really, really embarrassed.
And it was actually, it's enough to chase someone from the church.
Yeah, and I went home that day. And I didn't feel good about it. And that's not the first time. I've also, gone to another Catholic church here in Owerri, right? I wouldn't mention. Okay, that day, that was my first time coming to Owerri by myself.
Yeah.
I came, that was when I got admission, I think, into IMSU or so. So I came to Owerri. I used in a night bus, even though it wasn't planned, right? It wasn't supposed to be a night bus. You know how you go to the park and these people tell you that, that the bus is almost full. You just, after you meet two persons and you leave. I went very early. I didn't know those people, they were like scammers. The people in the bus, they were just people that they paid to sit in the bus. It happens. That's why I told you that Lagos is not for the weak, my dear. So
you mean this happened in Lagos or in
in Lagos? You see people in the bus, they've paid them just like 500 to just sit in the bus so that when people come, they'll think the bus is about to move. And then that was how I stayed there from morning till that bus left Lagos by 7 p.m. in the night.
You now see them coming down.
Do you get? So and I came with that bus to Owerri. Yeah. I got to Owerri in the morning. I got to Owerri in the morning.
Thank God you were safe.
So when I got to Owerri, my cousin told me to wait for her at a certain church, a Catholic church. And when I got to the church, it was on a Sunday. Okay. It was on a Sunday morning. Okay. Yeah. So when I got to the church on the Sunday morning, I was at the gates. I was just standing in front of the church there. And this is me that didn't know anything about Owerri at the time.
Yeah.
So I was scared because people were passing me, you know. I was very, very young then. I was about 16 or 17, right? And I got scared. So I now went to the church, like, told them, the security guys there, that can I just enter the church and sit just by the security side there? At least let me just be inside the church, you know? And they told me no. I was wearing trousers. That no, I cannot.
And this actually, I feel, even for the sake of the body of Christ,
do you get?
I feel bad.
Do you know? They told me that I could not enter the church. That I was wearing trousers
because of that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Guess what? Some of the women that I saw going into that church that day, even the one, because I was there till I think they closed, the ones coming out, they were wearing gowns or, you know, top and skirts, but their cleavage
was out.
I, Chikodi, would never go to church looking like that. I would never go to church with my boobs out.
So hypocrisy.
Do you get? So I was wearing a trouser, and you saw that I was stranded. I was in my bags. I was coming from Lagos. My church in Lagos will never do that because they understand how life is.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Mm-hmm. In Lagos, there are some. I go to church. Like I said, I'm a Catholic. I go to church in Lagos wearing trousers. You just have to be decent.
That's the
Do you
thing.
understand?
That's the thing.
You just have to be decent. And you know, where we're here, I know in the East, they are very judgmental. Mm-hmm. They judge you by how you look.
Yeah, I think it goes with the whole segment of dress how you want to be addressed.
Do you understand? Yeah. But I mean, that's what I can pinpoint out. And the difference, like you said, between the Imo State University and I would say, because of that kind of thing, it limits so many creatives. It limits so many young people. You understand? Because imagine you being in the entertainment space
industry,
and you come to an environment where they are limiting you. They are limiting your crafts,
your mindset.
Do you understand?
You actually agree that your environment can actually do shit?
Yes, it does. It does. So it limits you.
But would you say, actually, there's while you were in the university, like the place you said, did you stay in the hostel or you stayed in a lodge?
I stayed school. IMSU didn't have school hostel then. It was just outside school lodge.
Okay, just outside school lodge. Okay, so when you stayed in a lodge there, how would you say that environment, that apartment you stayed in, how would you say the tenants were like? How were they like? How were your
just students?
There was no like anyhow behavior that would warrant you to behave in a certain kind of way because of the disposition and the demeanor you saw?
I wouldn't say so because, like I said, you cannot. Okay, I don't want to center it around Lagos now, but where I'm coming from, right? And when I say where I'm coming from, I mean my environment, the people I've been with, are shaping me to a point where you cannot influence me. If you see me doing anything bad, they know that I wanted to do it. Do you understand? So my environment did not really have so much impact on me like that when I was in school. So you won't say, oh, Chikodi started dressing a certain way because she came to school, she don't change. This Chikodi not be so she did when she did it. It's not
it's
true.
Possible for someone's character to be imbibed in someone. For instance, let's say you're in a hostile environment or you're around people that are hostile or aggressive, and then subconsciously you find yourself behaving in that particular kind. I think this happens around the university students very well.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Very, very possible, right?
Yes, it's very
because
possible.
I think I've had that kind of experience. There's a particular lodge I stayed in during my when I was in year 1, year 2. I was actually squatting, so I don't really know how they do things there. Though the environment was a nice so actually. It was a nice so. So it's if you're not, what's the word? If sometimes someone will come and advise you, oh my girl, you guys this kind of place. You guys they rigid.
No, exactly. like when you go to the room, you behave like the Romans, right?
Yeah.
So imagine places like Bishop's Court. Then you cannot go there and start behaving, and you cannot go there and be behaving like a like an
GGC,
Ejebota. Do you understand? They go use you shine well. So you just have to. I don't know if you understand. Now let me explain. Let me tell you. Let me just tell you something, right?
Yeah.
I've lived in the roughest area in Owerri. I don't know if you know Mbono GK.
Where is that?
That's along Umbari Road, opposite Chicken Republic.
Okay.
Mbono GK. That place used to be like very hot. You understand? That was where I lived in my 200 level with my sister, right?
Oh, wow.
So normally, you know, some people they this snatching of a phone of a thing, they got to see it or experience it firsthand in university.
Yeah.
It's a great thing for Lagos. Do you understand? I'm telling you.
Are you?
A great thing for Lagos. So
like they will shake you. I'm like, Alpha guy, your phone are big. That kind of thing, or what? Are you? They will show you gun or knife.
Yes, now you submit now. So now great thing. So we already know how it is. Like that's why I say you cannot just. You hardly see somebody that that is from Lagos. That is.
What if you're not with your phone? What if you're not with your phone or you're anything? You didn't come up with it. What would happen to you then?
Yeah, you might go free. You might go.
So they feel took you something from.
I lost my friend one time in Lagos from this thing now. That was I can't remember the year. It was
my goodness.
I think before I got into the university, yeah. His name is Obina.
I think I may cancel my flights to Lagos.
No, you don't have. Are you going to my area?
I'm not going again. No, I know they go again.
So what I mean, they wanted to collect his phone.
Yeah.
And trust Obina, he was very stubborn. He was fighting with the guy.
Oh my goodness!
How you go collect my phone? How you go collect my phone? That kind of thing. The guy brought out dagger and stabbed him to death, and that was how Obina lost his life. So Obina is just one of so many that kind of thing has happened to, right, in Lagos. It's normal. I tell you, say if then they fight street fight from my area, boys we don't wound, they pass my compound. We they help them wash the blood after they don't pass.
Jesus.
I don't know if you understand. When police they pursue thief now, our compound then they run past. So sometimes if your child is on the way while they're running, they might step on your child and you don't understand.
It's actually I'm actually impressed. I am highly impressed by you. Why am I impressed by you? Because with all this kind of experiences, it's enough for someone to be so uptight, so rigid, so like, guy, no near me. But you're actually, I commend you. You're very calm, I could even take it. Okay, all right. But if I'm shifting my gear a little bit, towards the university students, because, this whole thing about your environment and your atmosphere, the atmosphere of a particular area can actually affect you. You get, like, if you come to a place whereby everybody is to themselves, like, face me, like, I won't call it face my face, but more like, there's like, okay,
like mind your business.
Mind your business. Thank you. There are boundaries, so you don't cross that part. Would you say that kind of environment is actually suitable for a student to stay in and focus on their studies?
Definitely. I think that should be like the best bet for a student. Trust me.
How can someone actually, it would be really hard for someone to actually get a kind of apartment, that is like that. Well, I do advise most students to use Homeverse, because at least you can be able to tell them your preferences, and actually they can actually scout the environment for you and tell you, okay, this is how this environment is.
Okay.
Then you can actually make your pick.
Okay.
Because I've been in a lodge whereby, okay, everybody, this even mind your business, and I actually said that kind of lodge when I was in school. So it's all man to himself.
Okay.
So just very few people that would actually come out and be like, try to socialize with remaining lodge mates and try to know who they are. Now, the disadvantage of this thing is this. So there was a time that we lost both our caretaker. Our landlord doesn't even come around. Our landlord doesn't come around at all. So we lost the caretaker. The caretaker did something a bit shady, so we lost him. So it was just us students. So it was so bad that no one takes care of the environment. No one takes care of the compound. So it was breeding with rats and snake and all manner of what I don't know. It was like everybody, this mind your business thing. Everybody will carry their dust, their waste bin, everything, and just dump it at at the front where it's normally supposed, expecting the caretaker that normally does the job to come and pick it up. But there's no one doing it, so they leave it there. It's not their business, as long as it's not in their room. So the lodge is breathing with dirtiness. So if you're coming into, I don't want to call the name of the lodge, but let me call it. You're coming into Dominion City. What will be meeting you and telling you how far is a dustbin, like full to the brim. The smell of whatever it is that's inside there, rotten fish, whatever. Those one was so wicked to dump the inside of a fish inside the dustbin. So the oozing, the atmosphere was smelled, and to make matters worse, we are very close to a dustbin pile. So you could say that the whole atmosphere was breathing of dirtiness. I know all those things actually affect people, the way you reason, the way you think, because people don't. I always say there's always a spiritual side to life. All this dirtiness. You could imagine the level of, like, say, demons. Because like trash demons.
No, but you're actually right. You're right.
It breeds all those things in, and it was an eyesore. While I was even living there, I was counting days till I left that school. Because it was, I was calculating how am I going to, because it was always a problem to get a new lodge.
Yeah.
Because if you want to leave now, where will you see the lodge?
Exactly.
It's always hard to get a new apartment because I had the choice, but the choice was not there. How will I? Because if you're leaving this one, that person is trying to come in to enter that one because there's no apartment anymore. So it's actually really.
So what role did that play in your life? Like, how did it affect you?
I would say it didn't necessarily affect me because most of the instilling comes from when you're small.
Exactly.
So the only thing is if you're someone that is actually easily influenced, because I have someone around me that is easily influenced, because if you're around just like your friends, people you roll with. That's why I'm always conscious of people I associate myself, because those people can affect your mentality and how you view life.
Exactly.
But at the same time, there's a friend of mine that said he stays around smokers, but doesn't mean he smoke. But the people will tell you, show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. You may be around that kind of people that are not easily influenced could be around that kind of company, and it really doesn't have any effect on them. But generally speaking, I think that people have to be conscious of where they spend their time, or who they are, or what even they allow into themselves to shape you or to be you.
Exactly.
You get
right.
So you have to be very conscious of it, because this kind of things can actually, like, it has great effects. You won't even know when you started reflecting. Maybe like you said now. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I commend you, actually. I'm expecting you to be more, kind of follow me talk. I'm expecting you to be more. Because normally people tend to adopt a kind of character that the environment came with. And they won't know that it's just them reflecting that environment. It may not even be them, like their actual selves. It may just be the personality that came with that environment. You get, so just like, when I think there was a time I was trying to enter a bus. I was in so calmly, I wanted to put my leg on foot, just gently enter the bus. Someone said, if you're in Lagos, you don't fit do that kind of thing, they move, you carry yourself on.
Yes, now. So let me come in there. Right? Yeah. When I came to Owerri newly, so you know how in Lagos nobody stops for you to come down.
Exactly.
They will only match brake for you and maybe slow down for you to jump down while the vehicle is moving.
What if you fall and roll?
You cannot fall and roll anyways, because you must have gotten used to it.
The bus is like very, very tight and it's heated, and you can't, like, because normally in Owerri people will come down for you to come out.
See how it happens here, right? Now let's say you're sitting inside.
Yeah.
And this is the door.
Yeah.
To come out. Once you're getting to your junction, you stand up first and start moving out to come and sit here.
What if there is no space? What if someone is really down there?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. When you stand up, the ones here will start moving in. They'll move in, and then keep this space now will be empty. You sit here. Once you say over, the driver, you don't come down. You're still inside. You don't come down. No, you go. Just help me match and small. I think I not go match and small. Once you don't match and small like this, you just come down. I say coming down. Now see how you come down from a moving bus in Lagos. You come down first with your one leg. You test it. See, you put your leg like this and test it. So to know if you can, you can follow that pace. So once your legs touches the ground, you're running. You don't come down and stop. You fall. You come down and you run small till you get your balance. That's how we come down in Lagos. So when I came to Owerri newly, then it was Keke then. Keke was still running in Owerri. And then when I got to my bus stop, I said, "Oh, Asigini." I said, "Oh, I'll come down here." You understand? And they're like, oh. So the man was trying to, like, it was matching break. He was trying to stop. But guess what? I did not wait for the keke to stop. I came down and, Chineke,
oh my goodness. Oh my God.
So like I came down and I was laughing so much because in my head I'm like, oh, like I literally forgot that I was not in Lagos. You understand? That's the norm. If you don't come down, you pass your bus stop. They'll drop you at the next bus stop. You enter transport and come back to the, do you understand? So, and because I wasn't comfortable with that, it's survival. You understand? When you're there, you have to behave like them. Do you understand? Else,
adopting a character that is not even yours.
Yes, and so when I came here, trust me, like you were saying about the hostel and all that, I've never lived in an environment that's rowdy, because somehow I know that I like serene environments. So I've always lived in an environment that resonates with my personality.
Yeah,
I'm very, very calm, in as much as there's also that aspect of me that is not so calm. Jigger. Sometimes you might see me at the first glance, you just be like, oh, this girl is very, very soft and calm. Do you understand? And when you now start seeing me open up, warm up to you, and start I had a friend that said he never knew I could speak pidgin English.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he never knew I could speak pidgin. And then one other, because he always heard me speak English fluently, right? And then he was like, Chikodi, but you say you grew for Ajigule. How come your English is so
good and
polished?
so clean? Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, I grew up in Ajigule. It doesn't mean I wasn't schooled, right? And one other person, so one girl in NYC, so she's on my contact. So one time she saw my video where I was speaking English, and she was like, I could swear you could not speak English, because
serious?
you were always speaking pidgin English in camp. You're always speaking pidgin in camp. Do you understand? And my pidgin is very, very strong. When I start speaking in here, you think, you understand? So it's very strong. Yeah. So I have like different personalities, and these personalities came from my environment. Do you understand? As I am right now, I cannot see myself living in Ajigule because of how calm I am right now. Like,
exactly.
Do you understand? So I don't even like little noise. Destabilizes me. Do you understand? Because I like to, exist in calm environments. Do you get? So it helps me think better. Like I said, I'm a skincare formulator, and I work more at night. When the environment is calm
and quiet.
Yeah. Do you understand? No noise from anywhere, no distractions from anywhere, because it's actually serious work. You're working on formulas, you don't want to make mistakes and all that. So I always like to work in an environment that is cool and calm, quiet. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So your environment has a very,
very huge effect on you
to play in your life. You understand? And another thing is, there's some persons that you see them living in a particular environment, but you feel like they're not, totally living like the people there.
Yeah.
It's because they've made conscious efforts to train their mindset that,
exactly,
I am more than this.
Exactly.
Now, take for instance, somebody like Vicky James that lived in Ajigule, right?
Yeah. Oh, she even lived there too.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Vicky James lived in Ajigule.
Wow.
So, take for instance, somebody like her, right? If she had allowed her environment
to affect who she is,
she wouldn't be Vicky James we know now. Do you understand? But she knew that she was more than the environment. She knew that she could be better
than that.
That's one thing. You have to tell yourself that I can be better than this. You have to tell yourself that she I go there and die.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because trust me, there's almost like no opportunity for you over there. You have to move out of that your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Do you understand? For you to actually like harness what you have. Else, you just stay there.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
You know, it's really been like an amazing time with you, Cody.
Thank you.
I am, you know, like I said, I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked you're like this because being in that kind of place and being like this, like, wow, you really made a conscious effort.
No, you have to. You have to.
It's actually lovely. It was
You
really
have
nice
to.
having you on the
Thank
show.
you so
Thank you
much.
so much for coming.
Thank
And
you.
if you want to connect with our guests, you can find her on which social media handle?
I don't do any social media things, so I don't get other part apart from Instagram.
Okay, only Instagram. Okay, where can we
Yeah.
find you?
Yeah,
What's
on
your handle?
Instagram, just Cody's Luxury. That's my
Cody's Luxury.
yeah, that's my
Okay.
skincare
Brand. Okay.
brand, yeah. And then Hair by Cody
Hair
on
by
Instagram.
Cody. Okay.
Yeah. So Hair by Cody. The Cody is Koddie.
All right.
Yeah. And then Cody's Luxury.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, thank you very much once again. And to my fellow viewers, take charge of your mind and your environment. And I will see you next time in our next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Ciao.
Bye.